Tulsi Kumar is the daughter of the late music tycoon Gulshan Kumar and the sister of current T-Series head Bhushan Kumar. Being surrounded by music all her life, Tulsi followed her passion and began singing for films in 2006. Since then, she's delivered countless hits and has been the voice of choice for soft romantic ballads. Now, she breaks the mold for a full-on rock ballad that's racing up the charts.
New avatar, new sound. Tell us about getting into the zone for this amazing track. How did you approach it?
A new tone, a new scale, a new genre. It's the pop rock genre, and a new side of me altogether in the video. Actually, I wanted to do, with independent music, I think every artist can experiment in different zones and genres. When I thought of working on this single, I had my vision very clear as to I wanted it to be a very youth-oriented, college-centric track, yet have a soul to it. So if you hear the lyrics, they're very, very soulful and meaningful. And it has that little pop rock vibe to it with all the guitars and the kind of arrangements we have.
You're known for your amazing romantic and dance tracks. So when you get these times to pull out of your comfort zone, stretch your limits, how much do you look forward to this? How much do you jump at this opportunity?
I get very, very excited whenever I have to do something new because, when you're doing certain kind of songs, you usually get typecast into those kind of, then you're offered those kind of songs only. But as I said, when you're working on a song which falls in the independent space, you can work around and you can test yourself and stretch your limits in various places. And especially when, you're part of the music video, the whole process of being involved right from the music to the music production, to the singing, to the final product where you're also featuring in the video. I think the whole process is very, very fascinating.
Tell us about working with Sachit and Parampara. They are on a roll right now. What do you think is the secret to their success?
I think they're extremely talented, very, very spontaneous in understanding what the artist wants. So when I called them and I discussed with them the entire zone, they instantly gave me what I had actually thought. So that is their quality, that they understand your vibe. And we also had a lot of sessions over phone calls because of the current pandemic situation, We're not able to sit and jam together, but we did that jamming online, virtually. So I think that is what makes the song even more special.
Now I see you have a little tattoo here. It looks really cool. If you don't mind me asking, what does it say? Does it have a special story behind it?
It is. It says TK and it has musical notes, and we kind of used it as one of the. It was one of the prominent feature in the video. It's not like focused on the tattoo like that, but just as a character that I play in the video, the tattoo really gelled well.
हम सफर तन्हाई है हर डगर तन्हाई है हर पहर तन्हाई शामों सहर तन्हाई है हर तरफ तन्हाई है हद नजर तन्हाई है अर्श तक तन्हाई है अब फर्श तक.
After a long time, we're seeing a video with like a live performance. They're screaming fans. How was the shoot like during the pandemic? What protocols did you guys take? How can you take us through that whole experience?
Actually, all the protocols were followed because of the current situation. Shoots have become, the way you visualize a shoot, it's very difficult to transform it on screen because a lot of cut downs need to be done, a lot of safety measures, but we've tried to take some technical help and we've tried and managed to show a very uh, uh, wide perspective of things when it comes to the visual. So yeah, I'd like to give up to the team that pulled it off so beautifully. We had people in clusters. We didn't have like the whole crowd all together. But I think digitally we're very advanced today. But at the same time, the video was shot just 20 days before. So there is a relief from lockdown in certain areas. So shooting at the right places also helped us. But yeah, was a little more time consuming, but anything for the audiences and to keep them entertained.
Speaking of your fans, a lot of them want to know more about you. We've seen you in so many different avatars. Who's the real Tulsi Kumar?
Every part of me, with Bollywood songs, it would be very difficult to say because in a song, I become the character and I become that character's voice. But I'm just like any other girl next door and I'm extremely emotional. So that comes through in my music videos. When you see me, I think I'm just like any other girl who goes through her ups and downs and kind of tries to be all in place even when she is in her worst of situations.
साथ छोड़ूंगी न तेरे पीछे आऊंगी छीन लूंगी या खुदा से मांग लाऊंगी तेरे नाल तकदीरा लिखवाऊंगी मैं तेरी बन जाऊंगी मैं तेरी बन जाऊंगी.
You've also worked with some amazing other musicians in collaborations. How important would you say that is for a musician, and what do you learn when you're working with another artist in the space?
So much, you understand so much. You understand the other artists because a collaboration is more of getting two artists together and putting their best sides, in one product. So this year, actually, I have had a lot of collaborations. It's been really, really helpful for me because when I see other artists, I also feel driven to kind of do and push my limits to the maximum. I collaborated with Darshan. He's doing so well in the independent music space. I kind of got that kick from him also that, that more of independent music should be explored by you. When he said that, even I felt. And then I collaborated with Milind, who is extremely a huge name in the Punjab fraternity. So there also, I think I drew inspirations from him with the way he worked on the entire project. So I think it's a learning process that where you give and take, a lot from each other when you collaborate on a song.
पहली बारी हमने पिया था पिला के वो जाम भी भूल गए.
Do you have one collaboration that you would call your favorite?
All of them, yeah. Every collaboration that I've done has been so special, whether it was the one with Guru Randhava or with Darshan or with Milind. Hopefully another one coming up soon. So yeah. And Sachik Parampara were a pleasure to work with because they're also my friends now. So yeah, when you have a friendly rapport with the artist you're working, I think work becomes fun.
In this video, you're seen again performing live. Is that the thing you missed the most during the pandemic? Because I know all artists have to take a different aspect of performing.
I am sure all the artists are missing that the most because the feeling when you're up on stage and when you are singing your songs, like honestly, I'm really missing performing Tanhai live for all my fans, and they singing with me. That energy is only different. So I think that's something that all of us are really missing in the pandemic.
Now, this whole song is about the highs and lows and getting up out of loneliness. You said yourself that you are a very emotional person. Can you relate to this concept on a personal level?
Sometimes I give in to my emotions so much that I'm not able to pick myself up. But over the period of time, I think I have learned by looking outside, and that's the way I've also tried to convey in the music video, that when you look outside, in the outside world, a lot of people suffering from a lot of bigger things yet have a smile on their face. So I think the whole ideation comes from my personal little experiences that I've had in the past. But I think each individual would relate to it, because it's a very common situation that we all go through. Heartbreak is a very common thing that all of us have gone through or are going through at some points in our lives.
कुछ बातें जो तेरी बाकी है, जो हमको बहुत रुलाती है, जीने को नहीं अब दिल करता, क्यों दे दी तन्हाई।
You've done such amazing work. I'm curious, if you had to pick one favorite song of yours, which would you pick and why?
I think all the songs that I've done this year, they become even more special because they taught me a lot. I learned to record myself. I created my own home studio within the lockdown. And all the songs that are released in 2020, right from Phir Na Mile Kabhi Reprise, Tere Naal Naam Reprise, Zara Thehro, Tanhai, all have been recorded by me personally in my home studio. So I think all these tracks will always remain special because they taught me a new dimension of kind of recording myself and kind of doing the entire process and being more involved in it.
So was there one specific song, either during this time or throughout your career, that you would call the most difficult?
Special and important song in my career was Tum Jo Aaye Zindagi Mein. And after that, of course, I had a lot of songs that were appreciated and loved, like Soch Na Sake and Tera Ban Jaunga of late, Saki Saki, a lot of songs. But yeah, Tum Jo Aaye Zindagi Mein Baat Ban Gayi back in 2010 was something that defined me as an artist in complete sense.
Tum jo aaye zindagi mein baat ban gayi, ishq mazhab ishq meri zaat ban gayi, sapne teri चाहतों के sapne teri चाहतों के देखती हूँ अब कई दिन है सोना और चांदी रात बन गई.
What's your favorite genre of music or favorite era? What do you personally like listening to or have been listening to since you were little?
I've grown up during the 90s era, and all the music of the 90s really is close to my heart. And apart from that, zone or genre, if you say, personally, if I have to pick, I'm more of the romantic or the sad romantic zone.
आँखों में तुझको मैं अपनी बसा लूंगी, तू चाहे या चाहे ना तुझे अपना बना लूंगी.
तू मेरी बन गई है जान,
इन्ना सोना क्यों लगे तू मैनू, मैं तेरी हो गई, हो जा मेरा तू.
Finally, I want to ask you, how will you remember 2020 and how would you sum up this year?
I know we've had some of extremely difficult times in 2020 when it comes to the entire world came to a standstill this year. But again, if I look at it from a positive eye, which I will be looking at it, career-wise, I think I've gotten closer to my music. I've learned a lot of new things in the process, because in this entire lockdown, all the music videos were also shot pretty much from home or in a setup where we had to get into every detailing of shooting a music video. So for me, I've learned so much during this pandemic. I have spent a lot of time at home, Yet I've worked and spent a lot of time with my family. So if I look at the positive side, I have got a lot of things to like look back and smile on, because it has indeed taught us a lot.
जीना मैंने तेरे तरह, मरना मैंने तेरे